I'm sorry, we can't help it that we have raw sex appeal.
I know.
We
I only
can't
shagged
help
3
it.
of them.
I do need to talk to you about Taylor Swift.
I'll end this podcast before it starts.
No. It is important and it is a bit much.
She's a lead character and I'm in the ensemble.
Because I wanted him to know that I wasn't a bad driver, I was a really good singer.
Yeah, that guys, I can spit on my own nose.
Trailer.
Well, welcome to Bit Much, Babe. This is a podcast where 2 girls who traditionally been seen as a bit much talk about things that we think are a bit much.
Yeah.
That is it, isn't it?
That is it, yeah.
How are you?
I'm good. I don't know why.
Giggly.
It does feel like this is live and someone's watching.
No,
like
I
it's
know.
really weird.
I know, but it's Ben. It's because Ben's so tall.
Yeah.
It's
It's
because
'cause
Ben's so
it's 'cause
tall
Ben's
that
tall.
he's stressing us out.
I'm watching.
Yeah.
You're watching, yeah.
I am watching.
This big, tall, powerful man
This
in
big,
the room.
tall, powerful man.
I know.
From Morecambe.
us
He's
feel-
international.
He's making us giddy.
I mean, he has already made me cry laughing today.
No, that's huge
So,
from you, actually.
that
Well
is
done, Ben.
really big.
Yeah, real big
Thank
morning
you.
for you.
I was going to say something awful then, and I was going to say it's the first time he's
Yeah, no, we're not. But
first
we're not
time
going
he's made a woman produce liquid.
I know, but we can't bully Ben this early on in the
2
podcast.
minutes in.
Yeah, we're 2 minutes in to the first ever podcast episode.
Nice one, thank you.
Oh, we do love you.
And Ben's already our little bitch. We
already a little
can't.
bitch.
Ben, we so appreciate you being here.
We do really appreciate you being here.
Yeah.
But you know what? I appreciate you being here.
Okay, I
Let's
appreciate
focus
you
on
being here.
us.
You're
I
right.
appreciate
Yeah.
you being here.
Yeah, let's ignore
With
the
your
tall man in
beautiful
the corner.
bodysuit.
Thank you that I showed you.
So I said to Hattie, I was like, is that a bodysuit? And she went, yeah. And then showed me as if I didn't believe her.
Yeah.
Which is...
Did you not
strange.
want to see my crotch this early in the morning? Is that what you're saying?
I always want to see your crotch.
you.
The only reason I'm doing this podcast is for more opportunities to see your crotch.
Oh my God, I'm going to bear that in mind.
Yeah, thank
I
you.
really am.
I imagine it's
You're
why most
so
people pay
welcome.
attention to you. Actually.
God, it's like have a word again. That was wild. You know, like I remember on the episode Finn when I was talking about the sperm donor stuff, and Finn literally said he was like, "Oh, Hat, your DMs." And I was like, "Wait,
Well,
what?"
it's like when I started getting really creepy DMs, I couldn't figure out why, and then I remembered that on a podcast that I did, I mentioned, not even in like a sexual way, but I mentioned that I don't have a gag reflex.
Oh, well, that was your own fault for saying
And then
that.
and then I got all these creepy DMs, and I was like, why am I getting all these creepy DMs? And then
'cause
the
you-
time it worked out
catnip.
that I was like,
Yeah.
I'd literally gone,
You were dear.
and then they just all flocked towards me.
I'm sorry, we can't help it that we have raw sex appeal.
I know.
We
I only
can't
shagged
help
3
it.
of them, so it's fine. At
I
once.
think that's rewards for being a female comedian. I think every now and again you need to like dip in and take treats, or not, as the case may be.
Absolutely not. Have you seen some of the creatures that were in my DMs? I mean, no offense, keep it coming. You're great supporters.
I know, we love that. We
But
love an offer.
some-
We love a bold offer.
Really bold though.
I would like us to do some sort of like article that goes out into every national newspaper, which is entitled "Leagues Are Not Just for Football," because sometimes, and I'm not trying to be a dick. I know what I am. I know I'm not Kate Moss, but some of the people in my DMs, you're like, but. Like you're joking. Like you can't possibly be like, I'm gonna tell her. Like you can't. There can't be a world where you're like, I think I'm the guy for her.
If we've said this before, if we had the confidence
Oh.
of these Delulu men, we would rule the fucking world, man. Like the confidence that some of these men, and also not even the confidence, but the what's the
Audacity?
word? Not the audacity, the resilience.
Yeah, they keep
There's some
coming.
of these men, and they're like this message, this 85th message, it's gonna be the
This
one.
is it.
It's gonna be the one. It's gonna be the one. It's gonna be the one. And it's like, do you know what? Good for you. Good for you for trying.
We would be so different if we just were like, yeah, I think I deserve Chris Hemsworth. Actually, I think he should. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think he should know. I think he should know how I feel. I just think he
so,
should. That's fair. Like, and be like.
I slid
other
into
end.
Jordan Pickford's DMs when I was drunk
No, you
once.
didn't.
This is
Slide
true.
into Jordan Pickford's DM.
This is genuinely true. Yeah, I was pissed, and I can't remember when was this. This was last season.
Sorry,
this
because
was
we're doing
last
it in
season.
seasons. No, sure.
It was last season.
Yeah.
And I was pissed after a game, and I just messaged him saying, I can't remember what I said, but I said something like, it's like great game today, babe, or something like that.
Babe, this is true. Like,
I can't believe you don't know this. I haven't told
proud
Ben.
of you. Babe, proud of you.
Proud of you, babe. Proud of you, babe.
Stop
I sent
it.
Sean Pickford's DMs.
So you actually
because-
are like the guys. You are like the guys.
Well, I don't think anything's going to happen. He's married with children to a wonderful woman called Megan, who I also follow on Instagram. And I actually once drunk commented on her picture saying she looked gorgeous.
Okay, great. Well, actually, to be fair, yours wasn't smutty to Jordan Pickford. It was actually really supportive.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever sent a smutty message to, like, unsolicited to
Have
someone
you ever
that I
sent
don't
a
know.
smutty message to anyone?
Yeah,
Okay, great.
I had a great experience with this. And this is why I love being a woman.
Yeah.
Because I love sexting because we can do it with no actual involvement,
Oh my god. Yeah, but you can be
which
painting your
I
nails
love.
and just be like.
So there was this one occasion. I can't actually remember why, but I ended up. This fella was like sending like messages, and I thought, do you know what? It's actually less effort to just do it than it is to say no. So, which is actually how I've gotten to quite a few issues.
Yeah,
but
sure
I started like whatever reciprocating, but I just got in from a night out, and he went like I didn't reply for a bit, and he said something like, "Oh, were you finishing yourself off?" And do you know what I was doing? I was making a chip butty. I was making a chip butty with the lobster pot that I'd come in with the night out.
Like, yeah.
And I was putting the chips on the bread,
just putting HP
and
sauce
eating
on
it.
top of it.
And I just replied saying, "Oh yeah,
I'm just finishing off.
yeah, literally, I'm finishing off my sandwich." Yeah, I love that.
I love that.
And they think you're so involved and so like into it, and you could be doing anything else.
But I think it's like sex. How many times has your mind drifted? Do you know what I mean? When you're
my
like,
mind drifts all the time.
Exactly. You're making all the noises and we're doing all the things, but actually you're like, oh fuck, I haven't packed my shoes in my bag for tomorrow morning. I just need to make sure that like we're gone.
I mean, to be fair, half the time I'm asleep as well, so I don't really think.
Right. So that's obviously a different
so
podcast.
Sometimes I'm dreaming.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm just dreaming.
Let's get them tissues back.
We've got 10 minutes and Kay's made this a whole other vibe, but that's fine.
Trauma. Oh god, yeah. The amount of times I've just started thinking about anything else.
I know, and they think you're so wrapped up.
And they think that you're so. But it's because this is why all women are good actors.
You reckon?
Yeah, because you have to. You have to act like. I am so good.
Yeah.
At acting like I'm.
Well, then I
myself.
think this could be a new. I've got an issue with this because I do think it's like handing over your trash for another woman to take out a little bit. You know, in the way of like, if that's why you get all these guys who come up after 10 minutes under the sheets and they're like, "Were you not feeling it today?" And you're like, "Wait, what? Like, are you? That was the best go." Do you know what I mean? Like, maybe we should start being like, do you know what? Actually, hun, I really appreciate the effort you're making, but that's not very good.
That's more effort than just going, yeah, it was great.
I think you're handing over your trash for someone else to take out.
Well, you know what? Yeah, let it solid. Like, let's all just flick through the trash together. Like, I can't be.
Let's
let's all do it together. I can't be arsed. Like, I went through this phase actually. I go through phases where I'm like, it's like I'm a woman and I am like I'm not bowing down to men. Okay. I don't know why I go American as well in these phases.
No, but they always do. It's like when I say therapist and I always say it in an American accent because it's too embarrassing otherwise. My therapist. Because an English person, like if you're English and you have a therapist, that's the most embarrassing thing. So you have to be like, therapist. So go on. So when you're not bowing down to patriarchy.
I went through this phase where I was like, I am no longer faking orgasms.
Right.
Because why should I do that?
Oh no, I know. I've been there. I've been as well. And then you're like,
I'm not lying anymore. Like, no. Who am I impressing here?
You just get it done with.
And then I'm like, and then it's like 5 a.m. and you're like, I need a drink. I'm tired. I'm completely sober.
So tired. Yeah.
This needs to immediately end.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I did. Yeah, it was great. All the best. Take care.
Do you know what's so great is I think we've done 10 minutes and alienated every single potential male viewer we were
ever
going to have.
I'm sorry. We actually do really welcome you into this space.
Yeah, this is a safe space for you.
It's just, it's just this is where
but
I am.
But we're also not going to patronise you with untruths.
Yeah, get better at sex.
Or don't. And just be really good vibes afterwards. Do you know what I mean? Make a great toasty.
Oh my God.
Great toasties.
You make a great...
I make great toasties.
Hey, don't understand yourself.
What are you making it weird
I
for,
feel like I've been drawn to Hartford to just have a speaking to that's like... This is a conversation I needed to have.
Yeah, this is an intervention, actually, Ben.
Yeah.
We're not doing a pod at all. We just want you
We're
to
not
know.
even recording.
Yeah, we're not even recording. We're just going to bring in everyone you've slept with and just like get them to
And have them all be like, but Ben does make
Yeah.
a great
Just
toasty.
read your
is the
letter.
thing.
His ham and cheese is lovely.
Oh God, it's serving perfection.
I do think I've got more satisfaction out of a toasty than I have sex
No.
at times.
Oh, at times. Okay, fine. You
Not
mean
in general,
Okay, fine.
but I've had some banging toasties
Yeah, man.
and some shit sex.
Right at the exact right time. It was my greatest wish is that every wedding I ever go to, at about the 1 a.m. mark, tray ham and cheese toasties come out. Like, it's the greatest part of a wedding is that, like, that when they get that right.
When they get the food out at that like
that
time.
sweet spot.
Oh,
That's
my
the
God.
one. Like, I mean, obviously, I'm all for you all staying together forever and ever and the sanctity of matrimony. But like, fuck, a good toasty on the dance floor. It's nothing like it.
I love going to a wedding and knowing they're going to get divorced in a couple of years.
Have you been to any? Have you been
Yeah.
to any where you've sat there and been like, oh no?
Yeah.
How many?
Well, I haven't been to that many weddings in general. I'd say 1 or 2.
Yeah. And when you sat there and been like, woof.
Yeah, you sat. Oh, do you know what's even better than that? When you're at a wedding and there's couples at the wedding and you look at them and you're like,
Shit, lad. Yeah.
use a
Bye.
cheese. And you feel a bit weird because you're single and you're like, oh, I wish I had someone. And then you look over and you're like, yeah, but I could be you.
I know. That's I'm coming on. We're like, it seems to be 40's a bit of a moment for divorces, and so I reckon I'm like, I think it's something does something to someone like everyone panics a little bit, and suddenly it's like, oh my God, forever, ever, like forever. So I'm gonna start coming into divorces now, which is gonna be
That's
wild.
nice. You can pick off the divorcees
That's,
as well.
That's when I go back to being apex predator, which
Yeah.
is that like, but also I will go in a moment from being all the people everyone's like, oh, it's okay, babe, like you'll meet someone, like no, don't worry, you're gonna meet someone, to being everyone's absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
As all their fellas start getting single, being like, oh my God, because technically I think I'm a virgin because I've never been married, so I'm like adult virgin. I think that's how that works.
I think.
Yeah,
that,
I am technically
right.
a virgin. Never been married. Never been mazzed.
So you've never been married, therefore you still have a hymen.
Yeah, I've got my marital hymen. Yeah. Pretty
Do you know
sure.
what?
Hey, I don't make the rules, Kay.
Do you know what the most annoying thing about that is that you have some weird form of logic with
I
that,
know.
and it's really, really
I know.
confusing.
I think it's that,
it's
like-
like the fucking moon all over again. Like,
Yeah.
you do this.
No baggage.
You're really, really like
Really
convincing
astute.
in
I
your
know.
in your stupid arguments.
My mother always told me, I think she recognised quite early on that I very rarely actually know genuinely what I'm doing. So she was like, just do it with conviction. Whatever you do, just do it with conviction.
You do a lot of
I
things
do.
with conviction, actually, I have to say.
That is something we're working on in therapy, though.
It's
very
very
Hatty, you know when you repeat on loop that you just know something? You don't. You don't.
Let's go back to the virgin thing.
Yeah,
So
okay.
you're going to approach
I'm not going to
newly
approach them. I'm not going to
divorced
approach.
men.
I'm not going to. Okay, we attract. We don't chase. Remember, I'm not going to approach anyone because I'm a lady. But I will
Yeah.
inevitably attract, because of my virgin status, divorced.
How will you tell them you're a virgin? Will you wear a
They'll just
t-shirt?
know. No, they'll know.
Or they'll smell it?
No, they'll know. Yeah.
Right,
They can
okay.
always smell zero baggage.
Do you think you have zero baggage? Do you honestly think you have zero baggage? You're a family of 4 at Gatwick. Fuck off. And I can
Baggage
say that because I'm a family of 12, so I can say that. But you are not baggage.
No, you're not. You're that fucking coach trip of like 17-year-old wankers, all in matching things. Be like, I've lost Darren again. Like,
That is me, yeah.
where's your body? I don't know. Where's my body?
I'm
Like,
the baggage, you know, where all the suitcases go
you're the
before
ro-
they get
you're
on the plane.
You're the
That
kids
is
who
me.
have to roll call everywhere they go. 1, 2, 3. As there are always 7s missing.
Oh,
That's so
God.
true. That's really true. Actually, I might not have had a marriage under my belt.
You don't have marital. You don't have contractual baggage.
Okay.
That's what you don't have.
Legal
You don't have
baggage.
legal baggage.
just got the good shit.
You have no paperwork.
No paper. Very legal. It's
So-
not supposed to be here.
So, like, that really is fine. You don't have any logistical. You have hidden baggage. You have hideable baggage,
So great.
and that's
so great.
That is really important.
Do you not think that's more fun, Ben? Like from a fella, like to find a girl, be like, oh my God, she's so straightforward, and then to gradually over time discover like how many suitcases she has in the attic.
I went on a date once and she said it all too soon.
That's exactly
So
what
on
I
the
mean.
first date, she was going, I've been proposed to 3 times. Someone tried to kill me once.
Right.
And then about a week later, do you know Alex Ty? He was like, I went on a date with a girl who said she knew you. So she's just going round
They
open
met
spot comics
comedians.
and being like,
Just giving them all her trauma.
I've heard the word gag hag.
Gag hag chuckle fucker.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what though? Good for a girl giving male comedians baggage.
I like that.
I like that.
I like that because usually it's the other way around. We're
Other way,
sat
it's the
there
fucking
being
other way around.
everyone's,
Everyone's little trauma dump.
Yeah, I'm one of the nice ones. I'm one of the. I've got no
No,
baggage.
don't R him. The fact that he had to say that.
I am one of the. I'm one of the good guys.
You're one of the good
I am one of the good guys.
That's the equivalent when girls go, I'm just kind of a guy's girl.
I'm just one of the boys.
I'm just kind of one of the boys.
I'm one of the boys.
I'm just kind of a guy's. Like, I just get on better with guys. It's like, then you're a psycho. Then you're a psychopath girl.
Boys that don't have love friends and girls that don't have girl friends.
Massive
the
red
biggest
flag.
red flags. Massive
Yeah.
red flags.
It's nice to have both. I will
Yeah.
say
No.
that.
It's only It's
Yeah,
like when a lad only. I was seeing
Yeah.
this lad once. The one who I found out was cheating on me because he was in a big shop in Tesco with another girl.
I remember this.
Yeah, it's a great story. I saw him actually not that long ago. With a girl he was holding hands with her, and he does have a type.
Right. Is it
Chubby
you?
brunette girls.
I won't hear it. You're not chubby.
I mean, that's just factually incorrect.
You're voluptuous.
That's just factually incorrect. No, but it just anyway. That's irrelevant. But yeah, and he worked in. I don't know. Is it still the florist?
Opposite.
Harbour.
Yeah.
Is it still called? Is it still the florist?
Still the
Well, he
florist,
worked in there, and all of his friends were girls. And I was like,
It's weird.
it is a little bit weird, isn't it?
But you find out too late because my ex, who was the pathological liar, same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing, no fellas. And you realise that because, like, in the same way that we smell a bad one, like, we sniff out a bad girl, like, not like a bad girl, but like a
Bad
like
girl.
A bad girl.
Big
but
butty girl.
Like, I must never say that again. But like, you know, like a shit girl. Like,
Yeah.
the boys know. Like, the
Yeah,
boys
yeah.
absolutely. And I remember the guy I was seeing in Chicago, and like the lads just wouldn't go near it. And I was like, And I was kind of think, I was like, he's just a bit sensitive, and they don't really get him. No, he's a lunatic.
Yeah, like I found it really strange, and he had that typical thing of the best friend, and her name was Amelia, and he called her Meals. And I remember she conveniently went into hospital while we were seeing each other. You know?
She's a dick.
She's a dick, isn't she? She's a dick. She had like something to do with her appendix. Like, fucking get a grip, do you know what I mean? You don't even need it.
Shut up, Meals.
And I remember we were meant to be going like on a date or like for a date night or whatever. And he was like, I need to go to the hospital and be with Meals.
Guess who's there? Nurses.
Yeah, guess who's there?
Trained medical professionals.
Trained. And what about her family? I like her family. Why are you there?
Where's her mates?
Yeah, where's her mates? Oh, she hasn't got any. She's got lad mates. You're two as bad as each other.
Fuck off, Meals. Fuck
Yeah.
right off. I hope her appendix burst.
I hope her appendix
Yeah,
burst as
actually.
well.
Which takes us on to things we feel are a bit much this week, like wishing imminent appendicitis death on a stranger. Okay, do you have okay? My bit much, and I really wanted to bring this to you, and the reason I didn't say it in the car because you guys were singing her all the way here. Okay, I know we've talked about this, but I do need to talk about
Don't you dare.
No, I do. I do need to talk to you about Taylor Swift.
I'll end this podcast before it starts.
No. It is important, and it is a bit much. Okay, obviously she's earning a fortune on this tour. Like,
Which is deserved.
no, God bless her. She's a business bitch. We love that. She'll flip into billionaire status on this tour. Billionaire. She will go from being not a billionaire to being a billionaire on this tour. That's unbelievable. Fine. My only beef with Tay-Tay is this. I just... Look, as someone who, as we discussed, has like no small amount of baggage when it comes to relationships, it just the idea that like every single guy she's been with has been like the worst. Like the worst. He is such a bat. He's so bad. He did this. He is the worst. It's like, Tay-Tay, listen, take it from a good bitch. If there's a bar fight in every bar you're going into, it's you. Do you know what I mean? Like after a certain point, you have to look at yourself. I just don't think she's looking at herself. Questions from the floor.
When has she said that?
All the time. Do you know what I want? I want a song where it's
No.
called. No, listen. I want a song where it's called "In His Defense, I'm Bad on 2 Glasses of Sauvignon Blanc."
It's
Yeah.
me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me.
That's one
She
song.
wrote
one song.
that song.
It's one song.
And she doesn't actually, no, I completely disagree with this. She doesn't say they're all the worst at all. She writes about her experiences, about other people's experiences, but she's not constantly blaming the men. I don't think she is in the slightest. I think that they are situations that have happened to her, yeah, but she's not always blaming the men.
It feels like there's a lot of things that they've done wrong.
Plus
and not a lot of things that she's done wrong.
also, she's writing songs, so like it's not as if she's not writing songs going, this is literally exactly what happened, 100% fact.
Okay.
It's like when we do when we do stand up,
okay,
we
so
exaggerate or we dramatise or we
hyperbolise.
tell stories that happen to friends as if they happen to us, or vice versa.
I don't think she's
like
as
we
funny,
pretend
though.
to like Ben, like you know,
Yeah,
like
but I don't think she's funny. Like I don't think she'd be like good over a beer. That's what I feel about her.
Oh, I think she would. I
Do you?
I think she'd be a good pint. 100%.
Yeah?
She's got stories for sure.
yeah, she's got stories.
She definitely has stories.
I don't necessarily. Do you know what? On that point, though, I mean, I'd die for her.
I know.
And if it ever comes to a point where, for some reason you have to choose between saving me or Taylor Swift,
You want me to pick Tay-Tay?
please pick Taylor. But I don't necessarily think I'd want to go for a drink with her.
No?
I mean, I would for the sense of going for a drink with Taylor Swift, but as like someone to have a good night out with, I don't particularly think I'd want.
You know how like the best conversations we have are like when one of us is like wildly fucked up the night before and we get to like tell the other person in the morning. I just think she wouldn't bring much of that to the table at all.
No, she does strike me as a two glasses of Sauvignon Blanc and go home by 10:30.
Yeah, or a bit weepy, or she's just a bit weepy.
She's weepy.
Oh my god, sorry. Sorry. Sophie not just makes me a bit.
Wow.
I think in some of her songs, like, you know, like Smallest Man in the World or whatever it's called.
Smallest man that ever lived.
Thank you. Okay, fine. Sorry. Jesus. But like, I just wish there'd been like a follow-up song that was like, Sol's just started my period today, but that's my bad. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I wish there was like a one afterwards where she's
She's
like,
self-aware.
okay.
Again,
I
it's
don't
me.
know, man.
Hi, I'm the problem.
One
It's
song.
me.
One song.
At tea time, everybody agrees.
One
I stare
time.
directly at the sun, but never at the mirror. Which is a
Do you-
really good lyric, actually.
Yeah.
I stare directly at the sun, but never at the mirror. Because she doesn't look at herself and like
That's
reflects.
absolute nonsense. See, that's why Tay-Tay would be shit at it. She never looks in the mirror, does she?
No, she's not.
She never looks in the mirror.
Oh my god, she's not saying she literally never looks in the mirror. Is she saying figuratively? She never looks within herself and reflects. That's what she's not obviously saying that she never looks at her own reflection.
Then she should. She should be reflecting. And where are her mates that aren't making her reflect?
That's the point.
Right, I
That's what
see.
she's saying.
She's got too many yes men around her.
She's got too many yes men around
Well,
her.
that is why she should have stayed in London instead of fucking
And
off
she
back to
takes
America.
she takes a lot of the blame herself. Like, I knew you were trouble when you walked in. She knew he was trouble when he walked in,
Yeah.
and she says this. She owns it.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that video where the goat was doing the? Do you remember that? It was great. That. Sorry. She's self-aware. She understands her own issues, and like, unlike I think it's the black dog's really good on the new album because she says he forgot to stop sharing her location, his location with her, and she watches him go into a bar called the Black Dog.
Yes, I listened
And
to
she's
that.
like, "Oh, but shit," essentially.
Okay, yeah.
And it's like,
Don't we all,
yeah,
though?
don't we all?
Don't we all? Like, I realise I'm trying to do a bit at the moment where I'm like, you know, do you ever stalk your ex? But not because you want to check they're doing well, but just to check you're winning.
Yeah, well, my ex is in a Pink Floyd tribute band, so I think I'm
So
doing
you
really
do.
well.
Congratulations, you won.
Yeah, I won. He's in a Pink Floyd tribute band.
What's it called? You're not allowed to say.
I don't know. I think it's just called...
Yes, you do.
No, I think... I don't know. There was just It just said Floyd.
Pink Floyd tribute band. Yeah, you won. 100%.
I don't actually... Joe, I couldn't tell you what it's called. Floyd... The Return of Floyd.
Does he sing? Or is he like on?
Yeah, that's why I fell in love with him.
Oh my
Because
god.
he could sing.
That's what... God, we
I've told you
God,
this.
no, but we can fall in love with anyone, can't we? Like,
No, right.
Anyone
Right.
with a lick of talent, and it's fucking
you can
game
back me
over.
up on this.
No, yeah.
I fall for talent, don't I? Think about...
No,
No, I do fall for talent.
No.
I fall if you're very good at something.
not very.
All right.
If you can do
if
something.
you're a little bit kind of good at something, not very, a little.
That's a really fun specific dig. No, I think...
It's actually not.
I think...
I'm thinking of the spectrum.
No, like it... No, I think I fall
And I'm
for
a
talent.
listum. In the
I think
Patreon.
But I felt I must have told you this. That back to Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
When we were 16 and we did an amateur amateur production of Les Mis.
Correct. Yeah.
I played whore number 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Babe, you deserve number one.
I know.
Yeah.
You are.
Which is
number
really
one.
funny because
You're my whore number one.
which is because whore number 2 and number 3 aren't on the West End. Whore number 1 is.
Yeah.
She is. She's actually doing very well. But whore number 2 and 3 aren't on the West
Fine.
End, so I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fuck them. but he played Jean Valjean.
Oh, that's a game over, babe. No,
Obviously.
Jean Valjean. If you're hitting those notes, game over. You can do what you like.
And he hit my notes.
You know that.
Didn't he? And he hit that G.
He didn't, did he? Because
No,
you were
he
16
didn't.
years old.
No, he didn't. No, I was 16. He
Right.
wasn't. He was
a
not
teacher?
16. He was not 16. But that's a story for a different
Again,
podcast.
this point is getting... It's
Sorry for a
just...
different podcast. But he,
really awful
but
life
he
you've
had
had.
a girlfriend
Of course.
that was playing Eponine.
Of course.
And you know the song "You Belong with Me" by Taylor?
Ben just put the tissues back out because we keep trying to
No,
make
but
this
this
a
is
sexual
so
assault
bad.
pod.
No, but this is so bad. So you know the song obviously "You Belong with Me" by Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
I used to sing that about us, and I'd change the lyrics. So you know where it says she's cheer captain and I'm on the bleachers.
No, don't drink while she's about to say this next bit because it's going to be awful.
I used to sing.
No, it's going to be awful.
She's
There
a
you go.
lead character and I'm in the ensemble.
Oh,
You
my
just
gosh.
deserve to die alone. Okay? Like, you deserve to be so
And
alone.
I used to sing that in my room and cry.
Oh, good. So you changed yourself.
And and I think that's why I love Taylor Swift so much, because she's been with me through it all. And Teardrops on My Guitar as well. Oh my God. He was the teardrops on my guitar, but I didn't play guitar.
No. Just had a fake ukulele in the dressing up box, didn't you?
My mum
Like the
refused.
rest of us.
I
Yeah.
do
Teardrops on
remember
a
I asked my
recorder.
mum if I could have a guitar, and then I was play guitar, and I don't even think she replied. I think she just ghosted me. I think she just completely ignored me. I think she's like, I was like, I'm not even gonna I'm not even gonna entertain this notion.
Oh, God.
But he's in a Pink Floyd tribute band now.
Is that guy?
Yeah,
Right, okay. So did you get him?
yeah, I got him.
Sick, man.
Yeah, I got him.
Whore number 4.
Whore number 4, and that she was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got him.
What did Eponine say?
Oh, she doesn't like me. She called me a working class slut. Actually, this is true. Yeah, working class slut.
Was she middle class?
She was only from fucking Crosby.
Right, well then...
She's on the West End. Funnily enough, she's on the West End now
Bloody hell.
in the same production as my other ex-boyfriend's the MD. Small world.
Christ, you really were some sort of academy up there in wherever the fuck you grew up.
Liverpool.
No, obviously not
What?
Liverpool. What's your area though?
It wasn't in the area. It was in the Empire Theatre.
Oh, it was in the... Oh, soz.
Yeah.
Full empire.
I was one of the poor kids that got like a free ride.
Sure.
Obviously. Obviously.
Fucked her way through the
I was-
middle classes, and I love that for you. Hey, listen. I
Gave away my sweet V to John Valjean.
There was nothing sweet about it. Okay.
24601.
2,
Just a little bit of a lame.
2, 2, 4, 4, 4, 4, 6, 6, 6, 6.
He brought me home. That's what he did. Brought me
Hey!
home. Hey. If you don't like lames, that
Yeah,
must
all
have
that
been
last
really
5
boring.
minutes of
So
absolute
boring.
gold.
So boring.
That's very good. Well done.
Insane that in the first episode we've covered a lot of my ex-boyfriends.
That's great.
I do have a personality.
No, yeah.
It's just that
Yeah.
they're quite.
She's been a working class whore, is what
A
we've
working class
discussed.
whore. Yeah.
So you've actually had way more contact with the middle classes than I mean, I get so much shit for it from you, but actually you've been worming your way through my people for a long time. Actually,
I
That's
don't
what
think
we've
he
discussed.
wasn't middle class.
Oh, was he not?
Well,
Just
he was
deafening.
from. Well, no, he was from Hoylake.
That obviously doesn't mean anything to me.
It's where the golf is.
Right.
The big golf.
Yeah.
I've had sex on that golf course.
Have
Anyway,
you?
Yeah.
go.
And yeah, I didn't, he's not middle class.
Oh, then.
Single parent family. She's a midwife. Well, she was a midwife.
Oh, right, fair.
What? No, because my other ex, he was an MD. He was just from Wavertree. Not really. He was a bit more middle class. Yeah. I was punching in this, in like,
No, you
no,
weren't
in the
punching.
economic state, I was
Right, okay,
punching.
fine.
Everyone else has been scum.
God, great.
To
They're
be
the
fair.
best ones, though.
Yeah.
They're my favourites.
Everyone else has been like, yeah, scum.
Do you remember
Essentially.
that was one of mine. A case first when we started becoming real good pals. We have this thing called car therapy where but when we go on long drives, we just make it car therapy because we can't always afford it or make our therapy sessions. And it was the first time when I was like, Kate, I really want to make sure, like, I know we're joking about me being posh and all that, but I'm really actually not. Like, I know you think I am, but like all my summers, I went on caravan holidays too. Like every summer I went to a caravan park in Wales every summer. So I'm actually not like this posh. And Kate looked at me and went, Hat, did you own your caravan though? And I was like, yes, Kate, you can't rent caravans.
And I just felt a death inside me. Well, I told you, didn't I, that such a twat, I for years told everyone that I'd been to Spain. And I hadn't been. I'd been to North Wales, but my granddad told me it was Spain. So I just believed him.
That's genius, though.
Yeah, I genuinely believed that. And I used to go back to school in September and be like, I've been to Spain. The teachers must have honestly thought, my God, she's a fucking twat.
That's so great, though.
Yeah, because my granddad used to tell me things I believed in because I had no reason not to.
Why would you? It's like my sister, I think she got to the age of 10 before she knew what day her birthday was, because she was youngest, and we just put her birthday whatever day was convenient for the rest of us. So, like, every year we'd be like, oh, Dad's away on this day, like, Harriet's got a lacrosse game on this day, so we'd pick a day for it to be Maisie's. All right,
sorry.
I was very good.
Hattie's got a lacrosse game.
But I was very good, and you have to prioritise these things. And like we
haven't got a ball. We'll just hit a poor person's head.
They weren't poor. They were just from the local comp. But no, we would pick a day that worked for everyone. So I honestly think she got to 10 and didn't know when her birthday was.
That is ridiculous.
Hey, she's fine. She's character built. You know, she's a good girl now. She's a good girl now. She doesn't even bother coming home for a birthday.
Yeah, she can't. She doesn't know what day it is.
She's moved to Canada. Literally moved to Canada so that she never has to celebrate her birthday with us.
She's too embarrassed to ask what day it is.
She still doesn't know. There was another thing we found out with Maze, because again, everyone says this has a thing about the youngest child being spoiled. Couldn't be further from the truth. Like Maisie just sort of got left, just sort of like work it out, and you know, kind of come with and be taken on car journeys and just, you know, work it out. But she was my cousin had a little girl, and Maisie was being really sweet and playing with it. And again, she'd been about 10 years old, and she was singing the alphabet with my cousin's little girl, and she's going through it, she's going A B C D E F G H I J K Nama P. We were like, wait, what? What did you say? She was like, Nama. We're like, oh my God, did no one actually finish off teaching her the alphabet? She just got to that point and just thought the middle bit, that hard bit, is just Nama P. And that's just how she.
Ben still thought it was that.
We just found that out.
Wait, is it not Nama
P?
Also, just as I don't want to tell you how to do your job, but if you cannot put Hattie doing the alphabet in the trailer, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that's a great advertisement for the first podcast. It's just Hattie going A, B, C. I was like, what the fuck are they doing?
Yeah, just being really profound. It's a really different kind of pod.
This is a pod where you learn as well as laugh.
And cry, maybe.
And cry, maybe.
Okay, well, listen, I did my bit much who's Taylor, and I'm willing to accept that you don't find her a bit much, and I can have another thing.
I just don't think she's too much of anything. In fact, I don't think you can get enough of her.
Oof.
I think that she's
she's putting into the test, isn't she?
One of my favourite lines of hers, and I was listening to this on the day, it's Vigilante Shit from the Midnights album. And
Vigilante Shit?
The song is called Vigilante Shit. And there's a line in it that says, he was doing lines and crossing all of mine.
That is your whole dating life.
Well!
That's your whole sex life.
Oh. Like, I literally heard it and I was like, you've just got me in my chest.
Yeah.
Doing lines and crossing all of mine.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah. But then you let them is the thing.
Sorry, I spat on my own nose.
No.
Because I'm sexy.
How'd you manage to spit? I'm not going to ask. Just think about doing all those lines.
Hear that, guys? I can spit on my own nose.
Trailer. That's the audience we want.
It's still my favourite. I love stuff like that. Like, I've told you the first time I ever met Freddie Quinn when we were at a show in Vauxhall.
Why did you say it like that? The first time I ever met Freddie.
Quinn. Well, I just suddenly realised, like, we know who he is, but people might not. And it was my favourite thing in the world. Like, we immediately got on really, really well. Anyway, I had a fun set. He went up and did his set. And halfway through the set, actually, no, it was just before his set, halfway through the girl before him, 2 people had to get evicted because they were sniffing the hair of the women in front of them. They were sniffing hair. Like, they were literally sniffing hair. And as they got evicted, they stood up and goes, we're only here for Freddie anyway. He's the best. Freddie. And got taken out chanting his name. And Freddie was like, I like turned around and Freddie was like, yep. I was like, those are your guys? The hair sniffers?
All of his guys
All
are
of
hair
his guys are hair
sniffers.
sniffers, and it's
If you
so
are a
good.
fan of Freddie Quinn, then
You're a hair
your
sniffer.
hard drive should be checked. It should be.
I know.
And I love Freddie, but
I know.
that's how
but
that
now
works.
all your fans are going to be people who like you be like, I can spit my own nose, and they're like, oh my god, Kay Nicholson can spit up her own nose.
Do you know one of my favourite comments I've ever seen about me?
Yeah.
Was someone wrote, and I screenshotted it and genuinely made me so happy. I can't even remember how was it on. I can't remember what platform it was on, but they wrote, Kay Nicholson is if Carlsberg did women.
Oh my god, that's so nice. Are you going to find it?
That's horrific. What was it on?
I can't remember.
Like just like
I
a-
think it might have been
Carlsberg did
YouTube.
women. That's
Carlsberg did
great.
women. Yeah. My other favourite one was someone made a comment about my weight, obviously. I can't remember what it said.
So good.
It was something like, oh, fuck you know, you can tell lying down's a favourite activity. I'd still shag her, though. And I was like, thank you.
Oh my god, thank you
That's
so
very nice.
much.
Thank you so much for lowering your standards for me. Thank you very much. I can spit up my own nose.
Was that that guy who got in touch with me and offered me his sperm
Oh, yeah.
to charge me for it? He's like, I'd love my beautiful kids to crawl out of you.
Wait, he was going to
He was still going to charge me. He's giving me a discount, but he was still going to charge me £30 instead of 35, which says he usually charges. He opened the message with, no way, no. He opened his message with, I know you're like double my age, but that was his opener.
What?
I know you're like double my age. I was like, you 10? You better be 10.
you better be 10.
You better be 10.
You better be on your dance
Otherwise,
account,
it's
babe.
a no. It better be 10.
Girl, you better be 10. Unbelievable.
Fucking
We love them.
hell.
We welcome all of you in our DMs, on our comments. We live for this stuff. So really thank you. in
Yeah, I
advance.
actually, but my only thing with trolling is if you're going to troll, make it funny.
Make it funny.
Make it funny or original.
Yeah.
Don't comment a whale emoji. That's easy.
It's
That's silly.
boring.
It's
Yeah.
boring. Be inventive. Be snappy.
Yeah, hit us
okay?
with it. Hit us
Make
with your
me
best
genuinely
shit.
want to
Yeah.
kill myself. They're
Yes.
the good ones. Like, I can't abide
Yeah.
a lazy troll.
I know, like the ones like she's a go on to rub one out to. You're like, we've heard it.
I've been there before. Like,
yeah,
let's
I want to walk down the street like this. Do you know what I mean?
I wanna be scared.
I want to be scared all the time.
I want to
Yeah.
be. I want to have an eating disorder.
Yeah.
Keep going, but make it inventive.
Comment on the colour of my front door. Do you know what I mean? Like really. that's the shit. That's inventive. That's cool.
Yeah.
That'll get our attention.
Yeah, get work for it.
I know.
Come on, like,
Right. So
what's
who's your bit much this week?
Oh, my bit much this week is Rishi Sunak.
I knew you were gonna do this. Real stuff. Get the tissues out again. Oh my
No, right. Jenny Leck is coming up.
Jenny Leck is.
Jenny Leck, and I will be only referring
yeah,
to
yeah,
it
yeah,
now
yeah.
as a Jenny Leck.
No, it is. You are right. It's coming out.
And so this is my bit. The actual general election isn't a bit much. It's very needed, and it's probably the only decision he's made that's relatively good in the entire time he's been Prime Minister. But what I did find a bit too much was him. All he had to do was go, we're calling a general election, and then just keep quiet. Because he can't, like, he's not going to save himself now. So just.
Yeah.
But no, what did he do?
Signed up.
I'm gonna bring up national service.
Signed up all the
Okay,
18-year-olds.
are you just tanking this for yourself now?
Absolutely amazing.
Completely tanking, like, national service.
But do you think it's
How
like
ridiculous?
Do you think it's like when a guy like you're about to break up and then he like cheats on you? He wants to be able to point to a reason. It's like rather than have you break up with him, he could be like, well, I cheated first. Like he's like he doesn't want everyone to just not vote for him.
Do people do that?
Yeah. My friend was explaining to me that sometimes guys do everything they can. Actually, no, I'm saying the wrong thing. You know, like when a relationship is circling the drain and suddenly men act out, they want to be like, instead of being like, she left me, they want to be like, I cheated, so she had to leave. He's been like, well, I said national conscription, so they voted me out. Do you know what I mean? Rather than being like, no, we just don't like you. We just don't like you.
It just seems like a really weird time to bring it up.
Also hilarious 18-year-olds. Like of all the people.
Of all of the people.
They
God
are a
damn
naff
it,
generation.
They are a terrible I mean, you know, good for them. But like, no, awful. Absolutely awful. They don't sell elf bars on the front line, as far as I know.
I know.
Which is why I couldn't go.
I actually didn't know about this, you know.
You didn't know?
This is me finding out now. That I
Yeah,
might
so
be
Rishi
going to war.
Sunak has said...
You're too old now.
Is it just 18-year-olds?
Yeah,
Hope so.
yeah.
I'd actually
Oh,
Brilliant.
sweetheart, you're not going anywhere near a war
You know
zone.
what? I'd actually be bang up for it. I'd vote for that. That might actually make me vote Tory if we get to shove. Have you
Send me.
met this generation of 18-year-olds? Fuck them off.
I'm going to be honest. saying that will make me vote Tory is enough for this podcast to end. So
Trailer.
just don't say that sentence again. Thank you very much.
Okay,
Don't put that on the trailer as well. Fuck that shit.
A, B, D, D.
No, because oh no, I don't like you're going nowhere near a war zone, my love.
Yeah.
No, I'll volunteer as tribute and go instead of you. I
You'd
won't
be
actually.
useful.
I would not.
Yes, you would.
How would I be useful in a war?
I think you'd be great.
What am I going to do? Fall in love with the rival
No,
and then
you would. You absolutely would.
I would 100% deflect to the side.
You'd
If
fall
a
in love
man, if a man on the
know.
other side winked at me, I'd go, yeah, that's fine. I'm
would-
with you
You'd
now.
fall in love with the skinny little drummer boy on the other side, I know, and be like the one who isn't even allowed to fight, but the one who just has to carry the flag and the drums. Like, you'd be like, I love him. Oh my god, your taste is bananas. Like, it is nuts. Like, I the amount of times where Kate, like, she gets all giddy, and you're like, oh great, and then she shows, and you're like, what? It's amazing to me.
My taste in men is terrible.
It is, but like hilarious as like a spectator sport. Like, it is absolutely fantastic.
I know, but I don't think it'd be useful in war.
No, it wouldn't be useful in war at all.
It wouldn't be. And
I hadn't thought of that. You're exactly right.
I know myself, and I'm great. Well, we've said this before.
Yeah.
My brain, I'm a rather intelligent person. I'm very good at business. I'm very good at politics. All of this, I'm really, really good at. The minute I'm attracted or feel a connection
Game
with
over.
someone, I have the IQ of a squid. Like, I've got no, like, I fall.
I do think
all
that's
of my
all of us, though.
No, I am
yours is
well
worse,
worse
you are
for
worse.
it. If you look at my behaviour, and I'm around someone that I like, or, you know, in the throes of passion, not like sex, but like in general,
in the minute,
in
the fizz.
and then in normal life, they're not. That's not the same person. That's not the same person
No.
with the same logic and self-respect and morals.
No,
My
she's gone.
God.
She doesn't know her.
If a Nazi winked at me with nice eyes, I'd wear a swastika.
I don't
That's
think-
how bad I am.
I don't think you'd have to have nice eyes. I think he'd be an
I'm
I think he'd be an unemployed Nazi with a coke habit and would do it. Like a Nazi who just got the uniform and like kind of sees his kids sometimes. Like has had a job twice. Like you'd be like,
Attended a couple of marches,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
really
yeah.
like committing to it. Yeah,
DJ'd last month for a local
Fuck
thing.
off the
Like,
DJ. Fuck you.
oh, you'd be like,
Absolutely fuck you. Fuck off.
oh my god, it
The
breaks my
DJ.
heart. It breaks my heart, but it also makes me laugh. So I thank you for that.
That was.
That's a low for you.
Tell you what, if you want to.
Not even one of these. One of these.
No, not even off vinyl, just off a key,
just off
laptop.
one of those old school iPods.
DJ, superstar
do you remember
DJ.
that-
Here we go.
Yeah. Boo, what you saying?
Oh god, that was bad.
No, listen, it's not your
Oh,
worst.
that was bad. No, it's not my
No, it's
fucking
not your
worst.
worst.
It's not the drug dealing chef. That's the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Who were we talking about on the train? Weren't we, darling?
Yeah. Can this
Do you
go
ever
in?
listen to K Speak?
I was just saying, can this?
Why won't it go in? I'm not naming them.
No, that's fair.
I don't think he knows what a podcast is anyway.
That's a good point.
I don't think he knows how to
Certainly
use
doesn't have
YouTube.
headphones.
He doesn't have headphones.
He can't afford. Outrage.
God, yeah, my taste in men. Oh, this has been a self-reflection podcast for
Sorry.
me, hasn't it?
Yeah.
My God, we're only on a pilot.
But it's
and I
because
feel
I've got
like
no
I've been-
baggage.
You
It
got
couldn't-
no
it
baggage.
It couldn't have reflected on me. 'Cause
Couldn't
I
have
haven't-
been you.
I haven't got any baggage.
Couldn't have
Yeah.
been you.
Okay.
I would go for national service if I could pick who I was sending.
Oh, yeah.
And I would send...
Big time.
I would send... Yeah, I'd send everyone that I've ever slept with, bar one or two. I wouldn't send the DJ, bless him.
I reckon I
It's
got
not his
50%
fault.
of my
It's
year.
not his fault, he's a loser.
50% of my year at school.
50% of your year.
Yeah,
as well.
because I've seen what those girls can do to men. Like, I've seen what
Yes.
they can do to men. Like,
Oh, see, you're thinking
They
about
are
what would win the war. I'm
stone
thinking of it as a
cold
punishment.
no, I think the girls would die. Don't get me wrong. Like, I think they'd die at the end, but just because they'd be like, they'd have forgotten to eat. Do you know what I mean? They'd be like, I'm starving. Like, and then just pass out. But not before they had ruined the lives of every man in every regiment they'd come across. We were killing. Like, there's something else that I didn't tell you about all girls' schools. Like, we are assassins.
Yeah,
when
you're
it
trained. Yeah.
It's
100%.
unbelievable. I mean, I've watched some of those girls systematically ruin marriages, like go into their adult lives, head towards very rich men who already have a wife and kids, and just take theirs. It's unbelievable.
I am so fascinated. There's a girl who was an ex of mine.
Okay.
I was after her.
Yeah.
And when he told me about her, like, it wasn't like he was like spreading shit about her. These were like these were instances that happened.
Yeah.
She split up in the space of 5 years,
Yeah.
3 long-term relationships, and I genuinely said to him, I won't be offended if you answer this, but does she have a magic vagina? Like, genuinely, what is it? Because she wasn't. It wasn't as if she was like Mila Kunis or anything.
Yeah.
Like, pretty girl, but not like.
It's intention.
But I'm like, what power does she behold?
It's intention. If we all put our minds to it, we could all do it. Like, it's that. But
if I looked
intention.
at men like I do career opportunities,
That's what I mean.
If I looked at men like I looked at career opportunities,
Yeah.
my God, they'd be at my feet.
Yeah, totally that. But they do.
But I
These
don't.
girls do look at them because they are career opportunities. They have like landies and they have holiday homes places.
What's a landies?
Land Rover. And like
That made me feel violently ill.
No, don't worry about it. That's what they call them, landies. And like you don't. They are career opportunities. They are, and they're really viable, excellent ones. Like these girls have nice lives. With kids with weird names, like
kids with weird names.
They live nice lives, and they did that.
I
did
get bored.
No, sure, same, but they don't, and like, God, crack on. That's what I mean. They'd be amazing at war.
They would, and they can drive a Land Rover, so that makes sense.
Yes, they can.
Do you reckon? Does a tank have the same controls as a car?
God, I don't know. Gotta do.
It has to, hasn't it? It has to. Like a tank has to have the same controls as a car.
But it's got more people down there, so maybe there's more controls.
Like, do you reckon you could drive a tank?
I don't. I've already got 9 points on my tiny little car. I don't think I could drive a tank. I got
First time I got in your car and you were driving like you were
like a
in
virgin.
12th place
Yeah,
in Mario
I
Kart,
know,
but you just couldn't get any more speed. It was shit. I was like, what are you doing?
I can't get any more points. I'm so much short. I got pulled over a few weeks ago for drunk driving. I hadn't had a drink in 2 months. The police pulled me over and they're like, we think you've been drunk driving. I was like, I literally haven't had a drink for 2 months. And then they were like, but you're like switching lanes, you're slowing down, speeding up. And I was like, oh, I was singing.
What were you singing?
Don't talk about it. I was really good.
What were you singing?
Don't talk about it.
What were you
No,
singing?
because you'll treat me differently.
Tell me what you were singing.
Whitney Houston, and I was perfect. Like, it was unbelievable. I hit every single note. No one was there to hear it, but I can tell you I hit every single note. But
Of course she was singing Whitney
and I was like,
Houston.
sometimes, and I actually said to him, I was like, the problem is I was singing.
You're
and
the
it was,
reason we haven't got equal pay.
Yeah, it is. And I was like, so sometimes I close my eyes, and I think that's maybe why. And he was like, well, maybe don't close your eyes anymore.
Did you say that to him?
Yeah. Because I wanted him to know that I wasn't a bad driver. I was a really good singer. Thing is, I was like, sir, policeman, you're viewing this all wrong. You
don't appreciate art.
You're seeing only my lacking as a driver and not my incredible successes as a
I'm
singer.
a performer. I should be driven, not driving.
I was like, maybe if you hadn't had your sirens on, you'd have heard it.
And the last thing them 4 children heard before they died was my singing.
Yeah, perfect moment.
Yeah, like, they were happy. They died happy.
They sure did. Man, they did.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah, got it. Got him.
What
yeah.
Whitney? Do you know?
One moment in time.
Obviously. Is that one moment?
Yeah. Don't try it. I promise you, I'll be better. So what Zoe Burkett sang on Pop Stars? What was it called? Pop Idol.
Who?
Zoe Burkett.
Who the fuck's
Oh
that?
my God, you're so young. Oh my God, I've got to.
I don't know why I looked at you. You're younger than me.
With this, Paul,
Who's Zoe?
can
you Google Zoe Burkett?
You are both
please,
embryos. Babe. Zoe Burkett was on the Gareth Gates, Will Young
Darius
season of Pop Idol, and she sang One Moment in Time, and it was the most beautiful thing. Maybe better than Whitney, but
that's a reach.
Absolutely unbelievable game changer.
Oh, I don't want to watch it, by the way.
No, we can't watch
Please
it.
don't make me watch it.
But you can watch it when you go home.
I won't.
Oh, look how happy she is. But no, I've got to remember that you are 2 embryos.
Did Darius come third?
Yes.
So was it
Gareth,
Daz,
and then Zoe.
Dazza.
Yeah. And then Zoe.
Oh, I love Darius. He was colourblind, wasn't he? Well, he wasn't colourblind, but he sang the song Colourblind. Was that him?
Maybe he was.
Or was that Daniel?
No, that was
Bedingfield?
Darius Dinesh. Yeah.
What did Daniel Bedingfield sing?
I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna get that one. Trailer?
I wish I knew you were going to do that, because that sounds like I set that up and I didn't, and I'm so happy it went that way. That was awful.
I haven't practiced it like I practiced Whitney. So.
What was it? What was that? Was I'm colourblind.
No.
Not like that. Actually, that was Darius. I'm sure.
You
can
make
do
me
Darius sound
colour-
colour?
don't know.
That one.
What did I say?
I don't know, but we need to practice before next.
Yeah, we need to practice before we get
when
into
we
the
sing
car.
the full Darius discography.
Yeah. Oh, he's dead, isn't he? That's sad.
It is.
Yeah.
Do you want to get the tissue? One of the things that are going to make this podcast take a turn because we've done a.
Well,
we've
who
done a
else
few-
is dead? Loads of people. Darius is dead. Who else has died this year?
Queen.
The
Oh,
Queen.
no, it was last year. It was on my
Was it last
birthday.
year?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
shit.
It was on
Did
my
you,
birthday.
when you said Queen, I went,
thought the whole band.
Freddie Mercury's already
The whole
dead.
band. I was like, babe, he's been dead a long
He's been dead
time.
ages,
Do you
babes.
know what I found out at a show? At a show before I went on, literally before I went on stage, the host was talking about Dale Winton. They were like, he was like, can't believe
Yeah, he's
Dale
dead.
died. I was like, I literally went on stage being like, sorry, am I the only person who's just this moment found out that Dale Winton's dead? What?
Yeah, dead.
Why?
I also like the way that you went Queen, Del Winton. Really nice that,
Thank you.
really nice.
Thank you.
Because they were both gay. Not the actual Queen, but Freddie Mercury and Del Winton.
We don't know the Queen wasn't. We'll never
Well, to
know.
be fair though, if I had to get fingered, oh no, he was his. No, Charles is his
Ah,
son.
husband was hot.
They're different. They're
Yeah.
different fingers. Their husband wasn't hot.
He was looking him back in the day.
No,
He also
wasn't hot.
fucked around. He
Well, yeah,
was
obviously.
absolute player.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like that.
Supposed to be a players.
Play's gonna play. Even in the
Philip the
palace.
Shagger. Wait, he's still no, he's dead.
No, he died first.
He died first, then she croaked it, and now we've got sausage fingers,
He's looking.
sausage
top shape.
fingers,
Yeah, yeah.
and horse face.
Not a royalist then, is what we're learning.
Oh, you know I'm not a royalist. I would want them. I would burn them all to the ground.
Would you actually? Not a fan.
God, yeah. No, but right, this is actually really, this is a thing. When the Queen died, you know when everyone's like, fucking good, she's dead, yeah, dance on a grave. Right, that's fucking stupid. Because the actual human beings of the royal
no.
family,
It's really sad.
that's not where I was going.
Right, no, same.
Um,
me neither.
at all.
Yeah, no, me neither. Fuck
But
'em.
they are essentially puppets. When she died, nothing changes. It's not. You shouldn't be glad that she's dead. She's nothing. She's a puppet. She's just the system. The system is wrong. The system, the monarchy as a system, that's the issue. That's what's wrong. That's what's flawed. Celebrating that an our woman's died, you're just celebrating that an our woman's died. Nothing changes. You just get her son. It's the same thing. Nothing changes. So when everyone's like, "Yeah, glad she's dead," why?
It's like Grey's Anatomy. Nothing will stop it.
That is the exact same. Yeah,
Nothing will stop it.
100%.
Nothing
And
will
Grey's
stop it.
Anatomy
Yeah.
famous for colonisation. So, same thing.
Is it?
Yeah, no, it's
Right.
not. But the royal family is.
Yeah.
That was my point.
Grey's Anatomy. They could. I think at this point they could kill off Grey and still go.
Meredith. Is that why it was... I've only just clicked on that Meredith Grey is Grey's Anatomy.
What?
I've only just clicked onto that.
The whole show's named after her.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So this is a huge day then. For
It's
you,
a really
isn't it?
big day
Yeah,
for
yeah,
me.
yeah.
Oh
Did you-
my
Do you
God.
think we're talking about like a dark grey body?
I don't know. I don't know why they called
Massive
it
day
that.
for you. This really well done.
Anyway, yeah, fuck the royal family is the main point that I was trying to make there.
Okay.
And Grey's Anatomy. I've never watched it. I've watched a couple of episodes, but I've never actually.
Have you watched Grey's Anatomy?
No, I've not watched
Right,
any of
Grey's Anatomy was a huge, not a huge mistake, but the deepest, darkest lockdown. I was like, I don't know when this is going to end. I'm just going to get into a show that's got some mileage on it. But it never stops. Like I got really into it. And don't get me wrong, it's absolutely changed my emotional landscape. Grey's Anatomy, like I'm more feeling for it. It never stops. You will never. It's like getting into like episode 1 of EastEnders. Like it will never end. So I just had to at one point call it because I was like, I'll watch this all the time forever. It'll never end.
I know that man was called McDreamy
And McSteamy, yeah.
and he's dead.
Is it just like Holby?
It's not because it's like once a week and it's really good and it's not a soap. Actually,
What are you saying about Holby? What are you saying?
Do you watch Holby City?
No, I'm not a
Ben, do you watch
virgin.
Holby City?
I used to love Holby City, yeah.
Because he used to be a virgin.
Yeah, but I still watch Corrie.
All right, so he still is a virgin. All right. Do
What
you need
time's
to do.
Corrie on?
It's on
Half
at half
seven.
7.
Every night?
No.
Monday,
Wednesdays
Thursday.
and Fridays.
Fridays, yeah. Why do I
And
remember
there used to be,
that?
I don't know if that still is actually, because I always watch it on catch up, but there's double episodes on Fridays.
Oh,
I'm like, oh my God.
Friday.
Will Roy Cropper be free? But yeah, I love it.
Bit much, babe. The big questions.
I don't understand why anyone still lives on that street after the tram crash. Once that tram crash happened, move.
No, but that's like Midsummer Murders.
Move.
Badger's Drift.
Yeah.
Get out of there.
Oh, yeah,
Get
that's
out
true.
of there.
Yeah, Midsummer. There's loads of places like that. Cabot Cove, which is the fictional town in Murder, She Wrote.
Get out of there,
Tiny
guys.
little... Why are they all dying? With Jessica Fletcher. What a fucking woman she was.
That's not Murder, She Wrote.
Murder, She Wrote is Jessica
Oh,
Fletcher.
Angela Lansbury playing.
Angela
Got
Lansbury,
it,
yeah.
Got it.
See how angry I got then? So don't you fucking dare.
Soz, Kay.
You know I have really weird passions about really odd
No, I
things.
know. I
Murder,
know
She
that.
Wrote being one of them. Have you ever watched Murder, She Wrote?
No.
No, you should.
No.
It's great. It is a wonderful, wonderful
I
program.
watched Columbo.
Oh, it's the same.
Similar
not,
sort of thing,
though.
innit? They're
It's
all
not.
similar, aren't they?
No, they're not all similar. They're all different with different themes. So shut the fuck up. Diagnosis Murder, another great one. Did you ever watch that?
No,
Dick
because-
Van Dyke and his son, who's fit.
Right, okay.
Can you get up Dick Van Dyke's son?
Did you? I
please?
don't understand. This is all daytime TV.
Yeah.
What? Why? What were you doing?
Or
not doing?
I spent a lot of time with my grandparents
Right.
growing up, didn't I? So
So that's just what you do in the days.
Yeah. And also, Barry Van
Yeah,
Dyke.
he's lovely.
He was beautiful.
Woof.
Yeah, that's them. That was Diagnosis Murder, yeah. No, so on Alibi, which is a TV channel.
No, it is. It's about crime.
Yeah, so it would be Diagnosis Murder 4 till 5, Murder She Wrote 5 till 6, and then another Murder She Wrote 6 till 7. And I used to watch that after school with my granddad.
Do you think it's designed to make like impending death for old people easier? Do you know what I mean? They're like, these are all the violent ways you could die. So actually, you just,
Yeah.
doze enough in your sleep. It's actually going to be a bit of a bonus.
It's the same way that I'm obviously obsessed with NCIS as well, aren't I?
Why?
NCIS, Naval Crime Investigation Service.
Are you like, because a date, I come up from an awful date, but it wasn't this bad a date because there's not chalk around me.
Well, yeah, essentially, but also because during lockdown, obviously, the main person I spent lockdown with was my nan, and it was just always on, so we just started watching it, and I fell in. Leroy, have you ever watched NCIS?
No.
Leroy Jethro Gibbs, who's the main guy in NCIS.
That's your man.
That man has had such a hard time, has he? Basically, right.
You're not going to tell me the whole plot of NCIS.
No,
are
I
you?
won't tell you the whole plot, but let me just tell you his
Okay.
backstory. So you find out about this as the show goes on. It's not all revealed to you.
Yeah.
He's just like he's a very quiet man. He's very stern. Can you get him up, please, Mark Harmon? Beautiful man.
Sorry, a guy called Mark Harmon is playing Leroy
Jethro
Right,
Gibbs.
okay.
Yeah. Mark Harmon. Oh, my darling.
His name's Leroy?
Leroy Jethro Gibbs.
For those of you who can't, see.
He was named after a black man that served
I'll
with
say
his
he
dad in
was.
the war.
I'll say he was named after a black man.
No.
That's the whitest thing I've ever seen. That's whiter than a cloud. Like, this guy read the script and was like, I'd like to be seen for Leroy.
I feel like we're really taken away from the importance of this.
I don't think we paid enough attention to the fact that there's a lead character called Leroy,
He
who
was
looks like he's never seen a black person in his whole life.
Well, he has actually.
Okay, so what happened to White Leroy?
So he was in the Marines and he was a sniper. He was one of the best shooters in the world.
Because he
And
practiced shooting black men when he grew up.
No!
Carry on.
Please don't.
Sorry, okay, fine. I'm really sorry. What did White Leroy do? What's his brother called? Tyrone.
He was an only child.
Of course he is. Yeah,
His mum-
you start with a child called Leroy. You've got nowhere to go.
No, because his mum died of cancer, right?
Oh, I'm sorry.
And Leroy, who was his dad's best mate, helped her die, which is why his dad and Leroy didn't speak for years. And they didn't call him Leroy; they called him Gibbs. Like they called him Gibbs. And then so basically he was married to Shannon, and they had a little girl called Kelly.
Classical
And
American family, Leroy Shannon.
Kelly, yeah. But then he was on tour as a Marine, so he was whatever. And they witnessed a murder, Shannon and Kelly. So they were in witness protection, and they were on the way to the safe house, and they got killed by a member of the Mexican cartel, which was like, because the murder was by someone in the Mexican cartel, so they were covering tracks. And so Leroy Jethro Gibbs lost everything. Because he was a really good sniper, he then went and killed the guy who killed Hernando Menendez, I think his name was. And
To be honest, it feels like you just came up with a
Hernando Fernandez, no.
It's Javier Fernandez. Hazel Hernandez. Okay, this is not okay. This isn't all right.
No, it is. It was Hernandez. Something like that. Anyway, and he's never been able to love again.
Also,
essentially,
yeah,
because he lost Shannon and Kelly, and he had other wives, but he could never love them, and he couldn't love them properly, and he never ever found love again, and it was really hard. And throughout the entire thing, all he did was put his life into his work, and it was horrible to watch, because he was a wonderful man and he cared so much about his team, and his team were his family, and he looked after them, and you know what the saddest thing was, Hattie, is that the reason he was such a good agent was because he wasn't scared of death. He didn't care about dying. He just ran into he didn't care, because he knew that if he died, he'd be reunited with Shannon.
Can I ask a question? How many other wives did he have?
3.
Right, this is the story I'm over. I'm over this. I'm over men who will not fix themselves, then just heading on in.
He tried to fix
There's
himself.
no fucking way. 3 other wives, and he's just like whinging on about the last one. Like, no.
Oh my God.
Go to therapy. Do your grief counselling. Take responsibility and accountability. Stop making yourself other people's problems.
Oh, Hattie.
That's what I say about Leroy. Change your name, maybe. I don't know.
He's just another broken man, isn't he?
Yeah, but I'm fucking sick of that. I'm sick of that as a narrative. Be like, he's so broke. Like, he's like, fix yourself.
To be fair, yes, in general life, I think he deserves to be broken. This isn't the same kind of men that I go for that are broken. That's an actual broken. Yeah, his wife and child were shot by the Mexican cartel.
Then he has no business heading into 3 more marriages until he's ripe and ready to do so.
He told all of them women what he was like.
And then did he not turn up emotionally? Yeah, of course he didn't. He didn't turn up.
This is backfired.
He promised he would. He promised he'd tell. He was like, "I'm getting back. You make me love again." Da, da, da. And he didn't.
I don't think he said any of that to any of them.
You just made it feel like he did.
I don't think he did.
So
you just can't. You can't resist the Leroy Jethro Gibbs.
It's not that I can't resist. I can't believe Leroy Jethro Gibbs.
He's 72. Fuck me. Literally.
Well, maybe you could be the 4th one.
I think Mark Harmon is. He was also in Freaky Friday. If anyone's seen Freaky Friday, he's the dad in Freaky Friday.
Can I tell you one thing? If you did bring home a white man called Jethro, I would never get over it. Like, I'd never stop.
My ex-boyfriend was called Sol.
That's all right.
He was white, but he's also now in a Pink Floyd tribute band.
Yeah, but like Leroy. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that would be me.
Like, I told my nan actually.
You were bringing home a Leroy.
No, my cousin, not my cousin. My cousin twice from someone, family, had a baby, and my nan asked what they called the baby, and I told her it was named Leroy. And she wrote the card to Leroy, "Welcome to the world," and sent it. And I still think it's one of my greatest achievements to this day.
Leroy.
That I just convinced my nan the baby was called Leroy. Yeah. And I did actually say, because obviously it was me and my nan, I was like, Leroy, like Gibbs. Yeah. And she was like, oh, lovely name. And I was like, no.
It is a lovely name. One we should have more. I've already started whining.
What the fuck is that baby actually called?
Well, Leroy now.
I can't remember.
Go around with it. I've started winding my mum up with, like, because the fact that obviously if I have a baby, I'll be raising it in Liverpool. It's just gonna be christened Darren.
Yes.
She's like, what? And I'm like, no, I'm just gonna quiz, like, outright, just like double down. We're going, Darren. Like,
Darren, yeah.
Wayne. Darren. She's gonna be like,
called
Darren.
But she say, Darren. That's my favourite thing about Scouse culture. Just this.
Darren.
I'm gonna christen it that though. Whatever.
I love that. I call everyone R, don't I? R
yeah,
Charles,
you do.
Emily.
Yeah. I know. So I'm just gonna do it from the off. I'm really ingratiate myself with this land. You know, they'll be like, I knew she was one of us. Even with our caravans, I knew she was one of us.
I do like how I appreciate you being here more than I do a lot of people.
That's so nice. Do you mean in this room?
No, in Liverpool.
Is that a dig at Ben? I appreciate you being here a lot more than some people.
No, I think like when you said that you wanted to move to Liverpool, I think that I felt happy to welcome you.
That's nice.
Rather than other people that I'm like, oh, I wish you weren't alive, actually, not just weren't here.
I wish you were, yeah. Do you think there should be a swap in, swap out?
Oh, that'd be lovely.
That'd be lovely, wouldn't it? You can every time like one of me comes in, you can get rid of a Scouse you don't want. Yeah,
exactly. But no, you fit in wonderfully in Liverpool, I think.
I love it.
I think it's because you're self-aware as well. You know that
Anna got no baggage.
She's got not one bit of baggage. Not one bit of baggage.
Didn't turn up with one thing.
Not one thing. Just a carry-on.
Just my carry-on.
Just my carry-on with a little passport in it. But yeah, no, I think I like you being here.
It's really nice, Kay. I like being here.
Do you know I viewed? Do you know the story
I don't know what the story's
that
going to
I
be yet.
viewed Hatty's flat for?
Oh, yeah.
Kay got me my flat.
Yeah, and you did it on
Yeah.
FaceTime or
Sent
something.
her,
And we'd met once previously, by the way.
Yeah, and I sent her. Sent her to
We'd
the
met
flat.
once, and within 30 seconds of meeting each other,
We're in love.
we were like, "Oh, this is
We're in love.
something." This.
One of my favourite bits was Kay was voice noting me the whole time for this flat. And I was nannying down in London, which is why I couldn't get up
Yeah.
to Liverpool. So I was nannying these like very, very posh West London kids. And I know we think I'm posh, but I'm not.
Not that posh.
West London kids posh. And so she's voice noting me. So I had the little one. I was listening to Kay's note, and she looks up. The little girl goes, "What country is that lady from?" Never had a Scouse accent in her life. I don't think she'd ever had an accent in her life. Like, she just couldn't get over what this
Sheltered
sound
fucking
was.
children.
The sound was coming out the phone. She was like, "What country is that lady from?"
Welcome to the real world, bitch.
I was like, "It's a very exotic place. It's a very exotic country. It's called Liverpool."
Very exotic.
The sun
They have
always
these rare
shines.
birds there called seagulls.
It was very good.
Yeah, what language?
I know.
Oh,
Well,
God, I fucking hate children.
right, and that's how we're going to end this podcast, I think. Just the Kay's absolute loathing of children, which is in no way a bit much. It's in no way a bit much, and I love your authenticity in sharing that with...
Oh, I'm just trying to be me. I just think they're all idiots. Is that a pod?
That's the pod.
Is it?
That is the first pod.
Yeah.
Good, because I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm desperate for a wee.
That's perfect.
And
That's even a better
I
note to
have
end it
been
on.
within, I think, 10 minutes in, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I've made
You're
a
doing your
mistake here.
Kegels.
Yeah.
Bit much Kegels.
My pelvic floor is tight right now.
God,
Fucking
great.
telling you.
And on that, thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you so
and
much.
DM us about Kay's pelvic floor or anything else. Anything else you may think.
Tips and tricks.
Yeah, Patreon will be her showing us her pelvic floor. So, bye.
Bye.
Bye.